All right. Welcome in, everyone, to this Thursday night edition of Quality Rocket League here at twitch.tv/WaTesla. I'll be your host, and one of your casters tonight will also be joined by our friend Guacman John. Guac, how you doing this evening, bud?
Doing absolutely great. Just happy to be here and see these two Titans mash up against each other tonight. It should be a hell of a shootout.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one. So we got BST here, who many people think are going to take the dub. They're a lot of people's favorite, going up against Barsha here. Um, so Barsha have been bringing out Aria, Sharkfin, and Tragic, all three solid players. Um, so looks like Aria and Sharkfin have both combined for 12 goals here in the playoffs. Tragic just one behind, so definitely putting up big numbers here. 15 already for the BST side, John. So it looks like both of these teams able to get ball in net, as they like to say, ball in net for both of these squads. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Thing to note too is, you had BST against Ajax, and now Ajax was able to take 2 games off of BST, but for Brightneo versus Ubers was only able to take off 1, but that's Ubers for you. So they're pretty much kind of even in terms of like their performance here in the playoffs. So yeah, we'll just have to see kind of how they fare against each other, especially as the pressure is on now.
Well, earlier this season, like week 1 or week 2, we had Cajun and Kaysen on here, and they both played like Zen. I was calling both of them Kaysen by the end of the match, so they've definitely shown the ability to pop off here. We'll be looking forward to maybe getting some of that this evening as well. Hoping to see some quality Rocket League. It looks like everyone's in the lobby, so let's see.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how these guys pop off tonight. Kazan and Cajun both have pretty good chemistry, but something that you also have to look out for is Shaw's a pretty good third man. Stumbling has his moments as well on that offense, and you just always got to be wary of Ebot, who seems to just pull out mechanical plays out of nowhere. Shaw almost popping one on there. As we start this game 1 off, Kazan taking it to the air might be able to make something out of this. It's on the back wall. Does pass one out to Cajun, but it slips low.
Yeah, Stumbling, going back to what you were saying about him picking up on the offense, I say this every time I cast him, is one of the most positionally sound Rocket League players I've ever had the benefit of casting, regardless of rank. And that's what makes him really the jack of all trades, because he can be the scorer. If he needs to, he can just be third man and clean it up.
And
or he
like
can.
we said, Ebot, looks like they were able to just pull one right out of the hat here. It was kind of trouble in front of Brightneo's net, but Ebot, way to put one away to start off with a nice lead for BST.
But what opens that up, Stumbling's just where he needs to be. It doesn't try to do too much. It just gets a soft touch that keeps the pressure in front of the net, gets too many defenders out of position, and Ebot's able to just tap it in as it falls out. Great play coming out for BST here, and they'll take a 1-0 lead with just over 4 minutes left here in game 1. Oh, that's
almost being able to pop that one in. Strato trying to keep it alive here. It's going to be Ebot that sends it right back towards Brightneo, and Cajun tries to take it to the air. Is cut off by Stumbling. They might be able to pull another one out as Shaw pops one in front of the net, and Ebot is there to pop one back in. Ebot seemed to be the nail here in game 1 for Brightneo.
Yeah, Ebot got the team on his back at the moment. Love to see him showing out here in game 1. And just like that, BST going to go up 2-0 early in this one. Still a lot of Rocket League left, and it is the best of 7, but they are trying to assert their dominance early here. Walk.
Yeah, as we always, it pretty much is up to game 2 a lot of the times, but to show out early on is a real boost of confidence. It'll be surprising to see how Brightneo are going to respond, as they have 2 unanswered goals to account for in this game 1. It just seems like their net is left open quite a bit on that defensive push, but it's up to BST to really find those opportunities, as they have been and just putting up a lot of pressure on him. And it's probably pretty hard for Brightneo to really respond, but they're doing so well here as they're trying to bring it back to BST, but they're it's just kind of back and forth between these two teams so far. But Cajun might have the opening here. Now it's hit away by Ebot. Strato trying to keep it alive, but a critical mistake might end up in a goal, and Cajun not able to get back in time, as BST will put another one up on the board.
And this was great by Stumbling, showing the restraint, letting Kaysen feel like he could get back to a place and then just hits it across him. It's so hard to hit that backflip when it's going across your car and not staying on one side or the other. Great play coming out, and it's 3-0 now. We're at the halfway point of game one, and BST in total control here at Manfield. As Swarma's going to chase this up the sidewall now, gets a touch out. Kaysen going to pop high, try to follow off the sidewall, pitches out now. Stumbling going to try to meet it off the back wall. There's a double fake. Ebot now going to get back to the corner and try to go. Pops high, goes, follows, gets another touch, rolls into it. Strato going to get one. Ebot able to get another, pinches against the wall here, just going to do it all by himself. Two teammates ready. Heads up flick there by Kaysen. They just can't get enough sustained pressure out of Brightneo right now, and it's showing out on the scoreboard. More often than not, they're getting one opportunity on that end, and then we go to the other end, and there's 7 shots on net, and then one finally finds the back of it if you're a BST player.
And it's converted over into a 2v2. Shaw and Cajun both stuck in a Rule 1 here, but Kaysen trying to work up the side. He does see Strato in the center. Strato committing out a little bit too top-heavy there. It isn't ready for the pass, but Ebot trying to make that offensive push, does get a demo. Stumbling might have the opportunity to go for a shot here off of the top ropes, but it's going to get saved away by Strato. Kaysen looking to follow, but Ebot does take control here. Can't really do much there. He lost the aerial control on that. It's going to be Stumbling trying to hit this away, but Strato, good job at trying to bring this into the center. Tries to get the dunk, does pop one down. Kaysen might have the opportunity, makes a safe touch to the center, but there's not a whole lot of time left in this game one, and they're still down by 3.
Yeah, if you're Brightneo here, I think you just want to try to get one on the board just to see it go in. You've definitely not had much success on offense. Score notwithstanding, you've just not had a lot of possession or even pressure in this game, to be honest. I believe when we look at the stats at the end of this, the shots versus shots is going to be heavily in favor of BST going into this. So there's another one, Strato able to get the save here. And if they aren't able to get one here, they're seriously going to have to talk. As that goes in, Ebot with a hat trick here in game one. And that's just icing on the cake here. Brightneo got to find an answer here. It's going to be a long series if they can't even put one in the net.
And just great placement there by Ebot. Kaysen, not a whole lot of boost in the tank to be able to get to that. And I mean, for game one, BST really showing that they have control over these offensive plays and that there's a reason why they have the record that they do. But Strato gonna come in hot to put one up for Brightneo, their first for game one. We only got 12 seconds left on the clock. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's definitely not probable.
Yeah, and I really like that they're losing by 4. There's no time left. Strato just sees a pass coming out from Kaysen and just decides to go shift W at the ball with no restraint. As Ebot will get his 4th here on the drop-down pass from the ceiling by Shawarma. Just another one there. Just a little parenthesis or a little punctuation on a dominant performance here in game one. Really be interested to see how this plays out going forward, Walk.
It was just a great fake there by Shaw, who realized that he had a teammate down below to be able to send that to. And I mean, they really didn't need to, but they still, I think they were trying to go for the Brazil here. They saw the opportunity, but it's up to Brightneo. I think they were going to try to put one more back up on the board, but it's going to hit ground, and that'll go to BST.
All right, we'll get the stats up here. So I'll swap the maps, and let's see. Yep, 12-4, 3-1 shots. That's going to be the most telling stat of this one. Hard to overcome that. If you're going to go 12-4, then all 4 of those shots got to be solid shots, and they all got to find the back of the net. But even in this one, that would not have been enough. They still scored 5. So shout out to them. Get the map picked real quick.
Yeah, definitely a lot of good team plays from BST. Now, Brightneo have to be able to answer that back on their end, as well as we were kind of seeing in game 1. It seemed like Brightneo had a good amount of like offensive pressure, but they just didn't have that team pass chemistry. And I think they were just trying to do a lot more with the ball than they really needed to.
I low-key think the whole team just backed out to get a car change as we get ready to get this one underway.
I think so as well. I did see that. All righty, getting into game 2 here. Cage, I'm right off the bat. It's going to be Ebot trying to send one down, but Strato to bring it back. Shaw bringing it up into the air. It looks like it's going to try to bring it back towards Brightneo, but Cajum's going to take over, stumbling with a nice pass down. Ebot a little bit behind, but does get the 50 down up to Kazan to save this out. Does get it over to the corner where Cajum's sitting. A little bit of a pass back to Kazan, but Ebot looking for that demo. Shaw gonna send one into the center, and stumbling is there, but Cajun narrowly able to save that one out. Kazan with a great pop, but it's gonna confuse his teammate as Shaw tries to put one into the center. Just a lot of offensive pressure by BST, but they might have shot themselves in the foot here as it's trouble. Ebot and stumbling up for that save, but luckily they are able to get it out here with the help of Shaw as Cajun sending one back in. Kazan there pops one down. Cajun looking to try to get control here, but it's going to be Strato going for that back pass, and Ebot's going to gladly take advantage of that. Strato tries to send one to the center. Kazan's there, pops it off the backboard, but isn't able to get the double. And stumbling, trying to work down. Cajun might have, that open net opportunity, but it is just a little bit wide. Strato trying to pop one on. Shot trying to get it out, but Kazan keeping it in. Cajun tries to slot one in, and he will get one for Brightneo. Game 2, they're going to start off with the lead.
Yeah, John, so that's going to give Brightneo their first lead of the series here. 90 seconds into game 2, so Forbidden Temple already playing out different than we did at DFH, and it is absolutely incredible. They were able to be resilient, and they come right out in this one fighting, throw an uppercut early, and they take the 1-goal lead here.
And sometimes that's all it takes is a little change of scenery, but they definitely, like you said, they needed that goal to reestablish that confidence. That game 1 was just kind of just a little bit of a warm-up game, and that they're still in this.
Excellent job by Strato there to keep the ball out of the net. That dunk was right on him. Somehow he's able to force that 50 to the ceiling. Goes back across middle, stumbling with the shot, and it's off target. Now it's followed out by Strato. Shaw's going to take a 50 here, and Ebot shot, crossbar down and out. No, it's stumbling, trying to help.
Stumbling, looking for the pancake. Gets the flipper inside, but it's going to be Shaw! With the shot, and the assist from stumbling. A great pass over, right over Strato. Just great team chemistry there from BST.
That's a great read, too, because I totally thought that last touch was a touch too many by stumbling. But Schwarm able to read it perfectly and put it in. And just before the halfway point of this one, we're tied at 1.
Kajum might have an opportunity here. You guys go for the free flip, but it's going to be Kazan to clean things up. Put in Brightneo back in the lead. Not a whole lot of time passing there.
Not sure what that kickoff was. Whenever he took that 50, there were no players behind him. Stumbling, trying to get back in time. Not sure what the call was there on the kickoff, but nonetheless, they find themselves trailing once again. So only for a brief moment where we tie here. Now Schwarmer's got time and boost. Going to slow play it. Gets the pass over to Stumbling. Kaysen going to cut this off now. Tries to follow to the wall. It's dunked by Schwarma. Cajun gets a soft touch back. Uses the backflip and the reset. Holy, the control by Cajun here. Gets to the net. Then he beat everyone. Schwarma able to get back in time. The landing wasn't really that solid there, Guac. And he's unable to capitalize on what otherwise was a great handling play down the field.
I agree there. Like the nice flick to get it over too. I mean, it just was a shame that nobody was there to finish it off. I mean, usually you would see Kays in there to be able to put one in as he almost gets the redirect, but it's going to be stumbling trying to work that down. Cajun might have the opportunity. Gets a fake low to Kazin, who's able to put another one up for Brightneo.
And Cajun got the game shark right now. Total control of the ball, able to bring it right down to a teammate and just be out of the way at the same time. Tees it up, Kaysen knocks it in, and they have a commanding lead here. Less than 2 minutes remaining, John. It's 3-1 in favor of Brightneo here.
Yeah, and I mean, like, when Brightneo get the engine running, I mean, it's just a show to watch as these guys are able to pull off some pretty mechy plays when they really get things rolling. But, I mean, we'll see if they're able to keep it up for 3 more consecutive games if it does get to that. As they have to take this best of 7.
Yeah, Strato showed off the handles there, John. And looks like Brightneo's doing a really good job of repelling every advance from BST in this one. Schwarm able to get that over. Strato going to follow again. Showed a while ago that he also has the handles out here in the LJ space station decal. Shout out. There's a flick. No one there to follow. Unfortunate. I kind of saw that, though. I realized no one on the back line was even attempting to take a 50. Realized he had no teammates there when he flicked it across. Schwarm are going to bang this deep. 45 seconds left in this one, John. And it looks like, unless we see a dramatic turnaround, Brightneo is going to tie the series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not a whole lot here as Ebot just barely able to get that one in. Stumbling with a nice pass down. Ebot gets that soft double touch, and Kazin not able to get that out. But it looks like it's going to be BST slowly creeping up on Brightneo. And just to kind of talk about what you said earlier, I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what these two teams are going to be able to pull off here as we keep ramping down. Time is slowly ticking away. But Strata with a nice pass upfield. Shaw puts it to the backboard. Kazin is awkward. A demo might spell danger as Ebot's there to tie it up.
Absolute bananas play coming out for BST here. And they're going to tie it up with 6 seconds left. We're going to be getting OT here in game 2. Heck of a comeback for BST here. Down 2 with less than a minute 30 remaining. And they've totally clawed back to send this thing to overtime unless we see something crazy on this kickoff, John.
Strata with a nice kickoff there, but it's going to go to Ebot. Kazin going to have to respond. Sends it back over to BST. And that'll hit ground, giving us overtime. Starting off game 2 with an overtime is pretty good, but stumbling, coming out with a lot of offensive pressure there. Let's see if Ebot's going to be able to clean it up. A great bump from Shaw, cleaning up the back line.
And BST snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, trailing by 2 with little time left, able to force overtime with 6 seconds and then immediately ended on kickoff and OT. And Munchen going to take a 2-game lead here. Oh man, if you're Brightneo right now, you got to be feeling it. You had that one. The series was tied late, and you somehow squandered your lead and squandered the victory. And we head to game 3 with Brightneo staring at a 2-game deficit.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of goes what you were saying earlier. I mean, it really is just going to come down to, like, I mean, Brightneo, they can't give BST, a team like that, a whole lot of space to work with, and just have to keep that pressure on them, because as soon as you give them space, they're going to take it all the way. They have the team chemistry, as we've seen from their offensive plays again and again, to be able to put results on the board. So, I mean, Brightneo did a good job at doing the fakes, bringing it low, really trying to get in their heads and try to switch things up every now and then. But they still got to keep that offensive pressure and can't give them a whole lot of time to work with.
Yeah, but they did show that they can do what they need to get a goal in that game. So they should still have some confidence. Played much better than in game one. And it'll be absolutely phenomenal to see if they can get one on the board here. Otherwise, they're facing match point the rest of the way, and that could be daunting.
As we start off game 3, it's going to be Shaw taking control to the corner. Might have a pop. No, it's going to get hit away by Kazin. Might have the opportunity. Does get a nice flick there, but Ebot going to send it over to the wall. Cajum sends it to the back wall. A little bit daunting there for Stumbling, but he's able to pull a save there, and somehow Kazin's able to pop this one in.
Yeah, this is an absolute brilliant play. Strato able to dive in and dunk. Stumbling save attempt. Kaysen with the crazy angle going to put this one in. Ebot can't get a piece. Neither man on the ground can, and just like that, just like last game, Brightneo go up 1-0.
Yeah, starting off the game with an early lead there. Kazin might be able to get another one here. Stumbling, not able to get his touch on that, but Ebot able to get back in time. Does take this to the air, to the back wall. Does get a nice 50 off of Kazin, but Strato going to be able to clear that out right into Stumbling. It's going to be Shaw looking for that pass to the center. Kajum trying to work it out. Not a whole lot of boost, but might be able to bring it downfield for his team. Nice 50 there from Shaw off of Strato. Kajum trying to work. It looked like Ebot away there. Trying to keep some kind of pressure on him. Not giving him a whole lot of space.
Schwarman now going to try off the ceiling. Goes under one. Still has control. Can't follow. Stumbling now. Maybe the double from the side. Can't find it. But Schwarman forces it in, and just like that, BST going to tie it up here. 3:40 left in this one. So BST not going to fall as low.
Pressure for Kajum to contend with there, as he's got 3 BST opponents to deal with. And I mean, in that situation, it's kind of hard not to concede a goal.
Yeah, Schwarmer going full Shaq right there, just breaking the backboard on the glass as he dunks it in. Best efforts are just kept away. And Ebot now going to try to get a pass middle. Stumbling tries to tap it in, almost able to find a way through the defense with that one, but Kaysen going to get a piece. Pass over to Kajum. Hammers it into the blue corner. Ebot going to collect now, trying to go the other way. Gets one touch out. Challenged by Kaysen. It's knocked away. Schwarman's there when that falls down, but hits it too hard. No one can follow for that. Kaysen gets bumped by Stumbling rotating out. He's going to cut it off in the corner. Schwarman's going to go again, possibly. Yep. Pops it over one. Strato gets fake, but Kaysen's here now. Gets a little bit away from the ball with that jump. Kajum looking for the possible double, can't get back to it. Ebot now going to send it the other way. Still tied at 1, John, as we get to the halfway point here. Both teams not wanting to give an inch.
Yeah, Kazin. I mean, it looks like Brightneo doing a good job at keeping this pressure here on BST, as it's still tied up, but they have to be careful, as BST look like they're making their offensive effort, but that slight miss from Stumbling might have just given Brightneo the relief that they needed to regain and make this offensive play, as Kazin trying to set it down. It's going to be Stumbling over into the corner. Strato, a nice pop up. Tries to send it down, but it's going to be Shaw with a nice clear. A little bit of space, but Kajum is there. Does make it to the back wall. Ebot there, pops one down. Kajum and Kazin both up for this, but Kazin able to get the clear down. And Shaw looking to take control. It's Kajum, a nice 50. Gets it over to Kazin. Ebot sends it up. Strato in trouble, but Kajum somehow able to get that one out. And it's over, back over to BST. Strato might have the opportunity as he goes for the double. Ebot not able to get back there. And it's going to give Brightneo another goal.
Yeah, 96 seconds left in this one, and kudos to Strato for getting that second touch, but if you're Ebot, you got to find a way to scoop that out. That can't be a goal. Now you're down 1. They proved they could come back late in the last game, but now they're down 1. 96 seconds left in this one. A little bit of work for BST here if they want to go to match point. And if you're Brightneo, doing everything you can to maintain this lead. No one wants to have to reverse sweep in a BO7. So we'll see if they're able to hold on to this here or if BST are able to go to match point.
Nice clear out by Cajun. Kazan looking to take his piece. Might be able to get the double there as it just wisps it way past Stumbling. Ebot looking to get another touch here. Does get it into the center. Shaw might have the opportunity. It's just barely rolling, and he will get it in. Miraculously, BST able to tie things up. And I mean, just didn't take a whole lot of time. And they don't really need a whole lot of time, as they've proven last game. We'll see if Brightneo can hold on and try to get a game under their belt, as things just seem to be coming down to stamina and how much you have of it.
Yeah, BST relentless in their pursuit of victory every time. It seems like regardless of the deficit or the amount of time to clear it, they're able to answer the call. And here they find themselves with 40 seconds left, tied, with a chance to really put a bow on this. I mean, reverse sweep, I've actually had one on the stream in the last month, but reverse sweep is just so hard to overcome, or it's just so hard to pull off. No one wants to go down 0-3 early.
Yeah, and it just seems that when it comes down to how the game plays out, it's like BST takes a little bit to like start and then get itself running, whereas Brightneo comes out pretty aggressive and then starts to slow down as time really goes on. I mean, you can kind of see that they're throwing the shots at the backboard, but not a whole lot of follow-up there, as they need to try to work together, really get those passing plays going. I mean, in the end, I mean, that's kind of what really is doing them in for Brightneo on BST's side. Is BST just has really good team chemistry and are able to pull out these great team plays.
What a pinch by Stumbling there, trying to set up a teammate. Ebot now going to put something towards the net. Swarm is in here now. Stumbling lurking in the midfield. It's put over him. Ebot going to go now.
Almost hit it back too. A very dangerous situation for BST, but it's back over towards Brightneo, and Cajun, a nice long ball to Kazan to Strato, and it's like they heard me with the team plays to secure their first game of the series. Just a great passing play there from Brightneo.
I'm not calling anyone out, Chrono, and that's a great win by Brightneo. Brightneo going to get their first one on the board here. We head to game 4. They're still trailing by a game, but nonetheless showing the fight that they need to extend this series.
Yeah, we'll see how they're going to be able to keep this up, as, I mean, right now it's 2-1. BST still in the lead here. We'll see if Brightneo can keep up this aggression, as it's kind of been pretty much one-sided. BST really keeping it close and have just shown how threatening they are. And definitely the later in the game it gets, that's where BST really shines. So we'll have to see if Brightneo, how they're going to change their strategy moving forward. But good amount of goals from Strato here in our game 3, and I mean, just the chemistry between Kazan and Cajun was pretty good, and I mean, definitely that last goal something to remember as we get things started off here. Game 4 of tonight's series, BST versus Brightneo. A great kickoff there. Strato trying to put one on net, but BST looking to control, sending that one back out. Stumbling with a nice pop-up, and Cajun looking to take control. And it's kind of starting off exactly how the other couple games have been, and pretty even. But it only takes one mistake for one of these teams to be able to start off with a nice lead. But it seems like Brightneo are going to be able to survive that nice little onslaught from BST. But Ebot looking for the bump. Shaw was there, but it's going to get hit out by Cajun.
Yeah, this is probably the longest it's been since we've seen a goal scored in a game. BST doing everything they can to get on the board first in this one. But good solid job by the Orange defense here, turning them away time and time again. Stumbling, getting ready to take a 50. Cason's able to just get that around. Ebot, a little bit of boost, a little bit of space, can't get back to the ball, and it's knocked away by Cajun. About 90 seconds into this one, still 0-0. Schwarber touch out middle. Stumbling can't go for the shot there. He is going to dive in, get a touch. It's bumped off by Straudo. That's a nice pick by Schwarber. Going the other way here, does pop it high. Able to get it middle now. Ebot's there, but it's cleared by Kaysen. So still tied at 0. Neither team wanting to give an inch here. They're both fighting really hard. Defense is stout. Ball transitioning side to side quickly. Except for the beginning of this thing, not a little sustained pressure since the first about 30 seconds. Guakin. Looks like Brightneo doing all they can to really tie this thing up here. BST playing like they don't want to lose and trying to take the 3-1 lead here. May have to open the floodgates a little bit and get a little more aggressive with their pushes.
Great musty there from Shaw, but not a whole lot to come out of it. And yeah, I mean, both these teams are making great offensive pushes, but it's just up to one, and Ebot is going to find the opening to give BST the starting lead in Game 4.
It's a great read by Ebot, seeing after Schwarma went for the reset that he just was too far away from the ball. Defender's diving in, needs to make a play and not get it shot back to his own half, and dives in. The shot is perfect. A gap between all the players, no one can get a bumper on, and so for the first time since Game 1, BST will start this one off with the lead.
Kazan taking it over to the wall, might have an opportunity here, sends it to the center. Strato gonna pop it off the backboard. Cajun looking to bring it up the wall, gets it over Ebot. Kazan's there, pops one up, might have the double opportunity. Strato was there, but hits it a little bit wide. And Ebot trying to get the clear out. He might be able to get it. Does get it downfield. Gets a nice 50 there with Kazan. Stumbling, set it over into the corner. Cajun looking for the clear. He will get it out into the half, and Kazan looking to pick it up. Might be able to get it past to center. Cajun's there, slots it in for Brightneo.
And with exactly 2 minutes left here, Kaysen gonna get a touchdown. Schwarmer's able to get it off the corner, but the first man to it is Cajun, and he just shoots it around the defender who crosses the net too early. Cajun was able to shoot behind it, puts it far post, and just like that, the game's tied. 2 minutes left in this one, Quad. We got a game.
Yeah, just great placement there from Cajun. Seeing that the defender already had jumped and put it at low bottom left to really try to tie things up here, and just giving Brightneo a little bit of clarity of mind, as all they have to do is try to score another. It's back to Game 1. A great clear there, but Stumbling is able to get back to that. Might have the second here. Tries to get it over Strato, but it does go back over to Shaw, and that'll get hit back over to Cajun. Might have the opportunity. Does get a nice air dribble read there to slot it in. Nice little pop right over Ebot. That'll be goal number 2 for Brightneo. Minute and 24 seconds left on the clock. Kazan with a nice long clear. All BST are up. Kazan tries to put one in, but it is going to get cleared out. Ebot, let's get this downfield. Kazan keeping it in. Tries to go for the double. It's down to Strato as Shaw's able to hit it over. Ebot, nice pass into the center, but it is going to get hit away by Cajun. Stumbling, keeping it in. And BST looking to try to keep things even here, as they want to try to keep that pressure on Brightneo as we get later into the game here. But Brightneo doing a good job at keeping this offensive pressure on him, not giving them a whole lot of room to work with, as we know BST are good for it, and they'll be able to really make something happen as time goes on. Kazan sending it over to the side wall. It's going to be Strato trying to bring this downfield. Ebot with a nice pop-up. Stumbling is there. Sends it over to Ebot, who pops it into the center, but it's going to get hit away by Strato. Gets it over to Cajum. Tries to fake E-Bot. And Kazin looking for the open opportunity. Does slide one into the center. But it barely misses. And it's timed down as, stumbling, almost able to slot one in there, but
hate
game
to see
4
it.
gonna go to Brightneo.
Hate to see it on that too, Guac. I really thought they had a chance to put it in there. But Brightneo going to get away with another one here, and we're tied at 2 games apiece. So we got a best of 3 going forward, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. We hit a DFH for game 5.
Yeah, just a lot of good, pressure really by Brightneo. If they can keep this up, they could, potentially take the entire series, but need to see if BST can keep things rampant, as it seems like they have a lot of good opportunities, but they're starting to kind of falter on their shots. And we'll see how game 5 goes, as they can see that Brightneo are able to keep up pressure, and we'll see how they change their strategy.
Yeah, shout out to Brightneo. They get blown out in game 1. Then they have one stolen from them in game 2 with the overtime. Shook it off, and they've tied the series here. Can't say enough about the resilience of that squad in this one. We move on to game 5 here as we get ready to see who wants to go on match point for the last 2. Big game this one is, John. Big game.
Yeah, game 5. This will determine who gets match point here. As Shaw sent one up to the backboard, but Kazin gets a nice save there. Tries to clear it downfield. Strato gonna send one up for Shaw to save. It's Cajum looking for the open opportunity. Shaw sends one up. Kazin's there. Sends it to the corner. Tries to get the double there, but fakes for Strato, who's able to pop one in.
Strato here, not only is this a really great play in and of itself, had like 76 points last game, was almost non-existent on the pitch, comes out early here, not even the first 30 seconds, and puts one in the back of the net. His squad takes the lead again. Brightneo looking good at the moment, John.
Yeah, we'll see if they can hold on to it here in game 5, as when they've, in the past couple of games, when they come out early swinging, it seems like it kind of gets away from them. So we'll see if they're going to be able to hold on, as stumbling tries to send one into the center. Kazin is able to get the clear out from Shaw, who was just coming in like a straight missile. Strato, nice clear out there, but Ebot trying to send one in, but Strato with a great 50. Shaw sends it over to the corner, might have another touch here, does get it over Cajum, stumbling coming in, but it's going to be hit away by Kazin. Cajum looking for the double tap opportunity. A great clear there by Ebot off to the corner. And it's going to be Strato sending one back up again. Nice long clear there by Shaw, who tries to send one in on net, and Kazin looking for the flick opportunity. Ebot.
Quality 50 in the net on the other end by Kazin there to set up this offensive possession. Schwarman now, little boost, little space, gets away from the ball, does get the bump. Ebot's here for the shot. Strato able to read the bouncer. Brightneo again turning away this offensive opportunity. It bounces out. Cajun with the read directly over to Strato. Strato can't find the touch, but it bounces harmlessly to the blue half. That's not harmless. This is going to fall down close. Stumbling able to get a piece. But once again, BST find themselves on the back foot. Quickly transition now. Oh, what a touch! Oh, but it's off the post and out, John. And again, they're left wanting, even though that was almost a really nasty play for BST.
Yeah, it was almost really good by Shaw with a nice little redirect, but it was just unfortunate that nobody was back. And just like that, it looks like Brightneo are going to be able to lengthen their lead here. Nobody home to save that there, as Ebot challenged a little bit too far up.
Strato with the second of the game. So stepping up for his squad here, trying to put them on match point. Wouldn't that be a turn of events to win the first 2 and then lose 3 straight and have to do work to leave this one with a victory? And what an upset it would be if BST fall here. Brightneo trying to make that happen.
Ebot with a great hit out. Strato looking to get the double off of the corner, but looks like Ebot's going to try to get the clear. Kazin keeping it in. Does get demoed, though. So it's going to be up to Strato to try to find that opening. Cajum sends one in. Strato almost off of the corner. Able to dunk that one in. But it's going to be Kazin. A nice flip reset. Strato able to keep up there for that aerial hit, but it's a little bit awkward here for BST as Cajum trying to fake low. Strato just going to be able to roll that one in as he fakes the high shot, but really just places it low. And I mean, that's just good placement.
Excellent shot there. Squad's up 3. John, looks like, unless there is a quick turnaround, which we did see that in Game 3, that BST has fallen on their back and will be looking up for the rest of this one. Wasn't expecting this turnaround as Shawarma tries to get one towards the net, but right now, after such a dominant performance in Game 1, the offense, except for in small spurts, seems to have just fizzled out. You know, they came back late in Game 2 to force the overtime. They came back late in Game 3 to force the overtime. Last game, they couldn't get to the overtime, so just not enough offense, and this time they're getting blanked with 90 seconds left. So I don't know what happened to the offense since Game 2, but it has definitely fallen off.
Yeah, it seems like Brightneo pulling the Uno reverse card here, and it seems like they're energized later into the game, while BST, as Cajum is catching them off their guard here with a nice shot on net.
Yeah, Cajum going to put this perfectly on target. Everyone's diving out, so no one's on the back line when it gets past the last guy that dives out. It's just easy in the net. It wasn't even a difficult shot. This is all going in right now for this Brightneo squad.
Yeah, and where BST had a lot of confidence coming into this, I mean, at this point here, it's Brightneo that are really showing up to play. And we'll see if they can keep things going. Just an unfortunate play there. But great placement there by Ebot, really tripping up Brightneo's defense. And just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, it looked like Cajun may have dropped that down onto Kaysen. Unfortunate turn of events there. Ebot was getting bumped around and had landed backwards. He was just there for the ride when the ball went in. Stumbling, trying to get a quick one here. Still 45 seconds left. It's not inconceivable that they force overtime here, but they got a lot of work to do. They need this in the net quick. Stumbling shot knocked away. Shawarma going to go again.
And we've seen BST work with less time before, so it's definitely...
Oh, no.
Well, that might just have put the nail in the coffin for BST there.
Oh, no.
Cajum with a great clear downfield. Just gets it right over and an overly ambitious stumbling.
I mean, all Cajun did there was do what everyone wishes their solo queue teammate would do. When you slam it into the sidewall, at least follow it. Don't just slam it into the sidewall and peel back for boost. Cajun there follows the second touch straight down the field. No one back. It's 5-1. This looks like Game 1, but in reverse order of the teams here. And, BST looking for answers. And we'll be facing match point the rest of the way, John.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if BST are going to ramp things up, knowing that they're now behind their first time. Yep, it looks like they're going to call a timeout there to really get things together. Try to retalk the strategy, figure out kind of what's going on. As I mean, they got a whole lot of saves. I mean, but you gotta admit, like, some of these goals are kind of silly. Just a little bit of some overcommits coming out of BST, and maybe it's a little bit of overconfidence from those 2 first game wins. But now you've got to really lock in and hunker down, and because now all it takes is one game, and you've got to try to play from behind the loser bracket.
Yeah. Unfortunate turn of events.
Yep, definitely. As looking to get things going here in our game 6. We're taking it over to Neo Tokyo.
Yeah, got the timer started now. If I can figure out how to operate my phone, I'm having a boomer moment with this thing, ladies and gentlemen. But nonetheless, it's actually there's something physically wrong with the phone. It worked perfect. I was trying to shine a light in a fire alarm panel one day. It slipped out of my hand and hit the ground. And yeah, now the camera doesn't work. The light won't come on because it always thinks the camera is on, and the screen just spazzes, even though it's not broken or cracked anywhere. So like something jostled when I dropped it. And I'm just a cheapskate, so I don't want to get a new one because I still can read it and get emails.
Goodness.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when I first got in construction, I was breaking a phone every 4 months. But anyhow, BST here, as I said at the beginning, a lot of people thought they were the favorite to win the whole thing. Definitely got their work cut out for them. After coming out hot in game 1, it has been a slow decline back to mediocrity.
Yeah, as we're about to get things started off here in game 6, BST, see if they're going to be able to bring things back, or if it's going to be a nice climb back up the ladder for Brightneo, as they're coming out aggressive, trying to pop one in, but might overcommit a little bit. But Kaizen, luckily, able to get back there. Going to get taken over by Cajun, but stumbling over on the wall. Shaw looking for the mid pass down mid, but it's going to be Cajun looking to clear this one out. Stumbling. Trying to look for the pop into the center. Shaw is there. We'll look to take control of this on the wall. No boost in the tank. And definitely lost his flip there, but stumbling, almost being able to pop that one in, but it's going to be Kaizen looking to bring that all the way back over to BST. And now BST have to work it all the way back.
So I didn't realize this in the pregame, John, but if BST fall here, that'll put the 1 and 2 seed in the lower brackets of this thing, which is interesting to see. Both of the top 2 seeds have to make have to climb out of the lowers to get a chance to fulfill their destiny at the end. And that is a brilliant play from Schwarber as he follows it and the 50 goes in, John.
Just a crazy, double, just a dunk. And so that's really what it comes down to, is Shaw just dunking the heck out of that ball.
Nice pre-flip, gets back to it, controls it, able to stay close, just turns his car sideways for the 50. There's a little bit of gap between he and the player that touches, and that allows for him to pop it over. He just forces it in, and Schwarber doing what he can to take us to Champions Field here as Kaizen ties it.
Positioned downfield, call him the new Garrett GG, just ready and waiting for that nice long clear from Strato. What great placement there.
Yeah, definitely some comms going there. Strato able to dime Kaizen up perfectly. Getting it to him is half the battle. The other half is getting a redirect that actually stays on target. They both do their job there, and we get a brilliant goal, and it's tied at 1. Bump, but the ball is out off the post.
Strato with a really great save there, able to deflect that shot from BST as they're in danger, and they might be able to get that clear out here, but BST are doing all that they can to keep this on their side. Cajun gonna get it over. Kaizen might be on the back foot. His E-bot, nice little 50. Strato sending it back over to Stumbling, who sends it into Shaw. It's still over in Brightneo's half, as they're getting boost starved, but that demo might relieve a little bit of pressure here. It's Kaizen looking for the opportunity, a back pass there. A little bit risky, but might pay out for him in the long run.
Schwarber able to get this 50 to go to right at the net. Stumbling there to take the shot, but can't quite find it. Cajun's going to control it across. John tied at 1. This is such a pivotal game in the series. I feel like everyone is white-knuckling their controller at the moment. Wish we had those little heart rate things on them so we could really see what it was all about. Nonetheless, though,
all it takes is one mistake as Ebot, what a double from the top ropes. Not any boost left in the tank, but is able to get there for that double. And just as I was about to say it, all it really takes is just one of these teams to make a mistake, not be there for the ball, or just make the wrong touch, and it's game over. That's how well these guys are playing.
Yeah, Ebot hit him with the Toy Story shot there. He wasn't flying, he was falling with style, but he's able to force that one in. You love to see it. And with a minute 45 left here now, BST doing everything they can to send us as Champions Field.
Would be crazy to get an overtime, another game 7 here, as these teams both deserve it. Both teams are definitely cut out mechanically, positionally, team play wise. They have done such a great job to get to this point, and it's like your two favorite NFL teams going head to head. You kind of want to see them both later on, but I mean, this is where they are duking it out. Stumbling almost able to slot that one on for a second double there, but it does get hit away. Nice save there by Kazin. Strato looking for the double off of the corner. Will get cleared by Shaw. Cajun pops it up. Stumbling, might have enough boost to get back to this. Does get a nice stuff there. But Cajun looking on the hunt. Might be able to send this one down. A critical miss there. Nice fake, and Strato is there, but gets hit away by Ebot. Good pass. Kazan's there, but Ebot with a great save out.
That's an excellent play coming out from Brightneo. It gets turned away, but that doesn't detract from the effort there. Great play on defense as well. Ebot can't find the second touch. Stumbling, puts it towards net. It's high and arcing. It's off the post and out. Two teammates touch it. Schwarmer's able to get it back to the orange corner. Cajun going to dive out. No boost. Stumbling's here. Not a lot, but gets a touch high. This is going to make the defense awkward, but he's already winning by one. They just need a waste of time. Kaysen gets one touch out. This is on the ground with no time left. Stumbling just passes it over, and that's going to do it. BST going to take us to Game 7. Chat, we did it. Game 7. Let's go. No need to look at the map rotation for this pick.
Yeah, just a great amount of offensive pressure there by BST in that final minute. Really trying to keep it on Brightneo's half. It was just well played by them to try to run out the time there.
All right, so we get a timeout coming out for Brightneo here now as we await Game 7. Not sure if I like it or not, but we'll see. Absolutely incredible series, John. Couldn't ask for a better series. Thought we were going to have the win two, then lose 4 straight. BST finally able to get up off the mat, and this Game 7 is going to be one for the record books, I'm sure.
Yeah, like I said before, I mean, these are two good anticipated teams. I mean, you really like to kind of watch games like this where you've got two relatively mechanically like sound teams really just trying to make those team plays, and this is where you see the high level gameplay that, you know, every viewer and every caster yearns for to be able to commentate on.
Yeah, also, just speaking of a couple of these, because a lot of these are legacy players, John, I think this might be the first season you've casted with us, but a lot of the players in this lobby are legacy players. They were here when I got here. So it's really nice to see them facing off as it gets deeper in the playoffs. And I got to say, I'm finally, he had control, but the team picked it up all the way. Brightneo earlier this season played probably a top 5 match I've had in all the seasons combined. Kaysen and Cajun showing, just like they have tonight, what they can really pop off for. It was a great game. And Stumbling and Ebot doing what they got to do. Ebot showing off the mechanics we talked about in the beginning. Stumbling, as always, positionally sound. Shawarma is like the lurker from a CS match, and he's always there to cause mischief. But it's not going to matter, as we have 10 seconds left till the timeout ends. It's all on the line here. Best of 1, John. Who you think's going to take it here?
Man, it's really hard to tell. As I mean, you kind of thought for a second there that BST were in trouble as Brightneo were making their comeback. And I mean, really last game, BST really just kind of showed us like, hey, we're not done yet. So I mean, it's hard to say, but as we get into this final game 7, both teams have everything to lose here. We'll see who comes out on top. Will it be BST or Brightneo? Kazan, a great pass to the back wall, but it's going to get picked up by Ebot. Quickly sent to Kazan as he's going to be able to pop one in. Starting off our game 7 with that early lead that we've seen time and time again from Brightneo.
That's a great read by Kaysen, just able to get past Stumbling with the old up and over. Taps it in just like that. Brightneo back in the lead early here. Maybe looking to seal the deal, but getting spotted to go early, definitely an advantage here at Champs Field.
Yeah, just really good team chemistry there from Strato and Kazan. Oh, and a little critical miss there. Gives Shaw just enough. Might have the flip reset, but just barely misses there. As Strato looking to try to get this clear out. Kazan, looks like they're both confused, but it's going to be Kajum with a nice clear. Ebot sending it back in. Kazan to the backboard. Might have second, but it's going to be Shaw with a nice clear downfield. Tries to send it out to Stumbling, who's there, but doesn't get to the ball. And Ebot trying to send that back into the center, but it's going to get cleared over by Strato. Ebot up, but Kazan with a nice long clear. Kajum to take advantage, but can't get the double. And Stumbling trying to get that redirect back, but Kazan keeping it in. And now we're back on BST side as the pressure is slowly making its way back towards Brightneo.
And there's a shot and a slot coming out from Stumbling.
Yeah, what a shot there from Stumbling. Just a great opportunity. I mean, yeah, just great position there. Kajum not able to get back to that.
Just a great slot. Shawarma and Stumbling, in my opinion, were way too close together going down the wall there, but they make it work and tie it up. 3:30 left in this one. Tie game. We'll see who's able to break the tie here going forward.
Yeah, Stumbling trying to get this touch out. Kajum pops one up. Strato there, but Ebot sends one to the corner. Kazan trying to put one right on net, but Shaw giving a little bit of time. And BST, we know what they do with time. They make plays. But seems like Brightneo doing a good job at trying to delay these offensive pushes. Kajum, nice little flip reset there, but not able to do a whole lot with it as Stumbling takes it up to the air. Tries to get the flip reset there. It's going to be Ebot sending one in and on net, and just the slow roller from Stumbling will give BST the lead.
I respect Stumbling going for the Arsenal reset there. They just tries to stay close to the play. Able to get another touch on it as he's falling, and the ball falls back towards him, and somehow it just skitters in, but we'll take him any way we can get him. And BST now with a 1-goal lead halfway through this one. Thanks for coming out, by the way, Fluff, Lettuce. This is up the wall now, Kaysen. See what he can do with it. Flips instead of taking the pinch. I believe I'd have gone from the pinch there. Nonetheless, Ebot now going to pop. Looking for the musty. Has to control still. Cajun with the save. Shawarma in the corner. Going to bang it. Rolls along the backboard. Kaysen going to touch one out now. Tries to follow. Stumbling's there first. Ebot's up early. Great pre-jump there looking for the pass. But Cajun able to take control in front of the net. Gets one flick. Ebot gets a touch. Popped high by Shawarma. Stumbling's here. Can he find it? Touchdown.
Stumbling!
Puts it in.
He's able to pop it in from the top ropes.
I mean,
Seemed like just a Justin moment right there.
I mean, again, Stumbling always where he needs to be. One of the most positionally sound players in our league, and he shows it right there and able to get the touch when he needs it in the awkward position. And just like that, his squad's up 2 with 2 minutes remaining. BST looks like just like game 2 in this series, looked to be trying to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Nice little pop up there from Stumbling, but Kazan trying to get it out. Kajum, the long clear. Shaw keeping it back in. Stumbling might have the full break of defense here. Pops one in, and it's just too easy for BST, lengthening their lead, and Brightneo are starting to fall behind.
Yeah, that was definitely just all 3 players shift W, and the ball got behind them all, and you just put it in. After the way this series is going, it's crazy to think that this is where their will breaks. But nonetheless, still 90 seconds left in this one. Down 3, but there is a chance.
Yeah, Cajun is trying to make the play out here. And I mean, BST are all committed so far forward. They could be able to make a play. Cajun tries to set one in. Strato trying to make the pre-jump there, but it's still in front of BST, but they aren't able to commit to a goal here. As Shaw trying to get it out. Strato brings it back in. It is settled down by Ebot. Just stumbling. He's trying to get the clear out. Kazan looking for the ground pinch. And Shaw will send it downfield. Cajun able to get back to that. A nice redirect there from Kazan. Almost able to make it back in there. But Ebot finds a way. Over 1, 2, 3 defenders.
Yeah, unfortunate there. You just get 2 orange defenders that are on top of the ball, and it's not moving a lot one way or the other, so everyone's kind of flat-footed. Ebot able to get a little momentum and poke it in while the other 2 are still unable to jump up. And it's 5-1 now. BST looking like they did in game 1, but this game will be more important because it'll be the dub, and they'll move on in the uppers. I mean, it won't be the end of the tournament for Brightneo, but they will have a longer road to the end here now going to the lowers after this one.
Ebot looking to take control, really bring this downfield. Does get a demo on Kazan. Stumbling up for it. Tries to send it downfield. Kajum sends one over to Strato. Nice flick. Might be able to get back to that. Kazan sends it up. Might have the second touch. Might have a triple. As Kajum had to come in there for that. Strato is able to slide one in. 5 seconds left on the clock. He got 3 goals behind. Not saying, again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible.
The timeout buff was definitely not real in this one. Call timeout and then get beat like it's game 1 all over again on Champions Field. You hate to see it. Shout out to both squads. This was an amazing series, John. We had drama. We had swings both directions, momentum, overtime, nail biters, great goals. Everything you want to see in a Rocket League series, we've gotten over the last hour.
And they took it all the way to game 7. I mean, like, this was a hell of a series. Both teams playing it really well, really close to their chest, really just bringing out those team plays. And yeah, I mean, we're just able to see a really good series of Rocket League tonight.
Yes, we were. And really looking forward to see what both of those teams are able to do. It's going to be rough. Whoever in the lowers has to catch Brightneo for their next one. That is an unfortunate assignment. Showed much better than I thought they would against BST. BST being one of the favorites, getting taken to the limit, but showed why they were one of the favorites and able to get the last 2. And, man, what a series, John. That's going to do it for me here. You want to say anything before we sign off?
Yeah, just really well played by both teams. Congratulations to BST with your win tonight. Good luck in the quarterfinals next week. And yeah, that's it for me.
You all have a great rest of your night. Thanks for joining us. We have I have a doubleheader tomorrow. They won't be back-to-back, but there will be 2 games here tomorrow, so be sure to be watching your noties to see when I go live there. John, thanks for joining me on this one. Absolutely brilliant series. We'll definitely link up again for some more of these playoff matches, bud.
Yes, sir.
For Guacman John, I'm WaTesla. Thanks for coming out. See you next time. Peace.